bad.
Speaking of bad, hi Chris Zombie Pie Redacted.
Yeah.
Welcome to video games.
So, we're continuing to maintain the narrative that we kind of started last time, where we're agreeing that people who say that this is the bad one don't like good games, right?
I mean, the bad one is Clock Tower Ghost Head, but also
But
the
this game
people.
is good.
This game is
right?
good. Did you see how her father died in World War II?
That wasn't her father. That was the girl who had been smacked over the head with a
Yeah,
hammer or
yeah,
something,
the
right?
piano girl's father died in World War II. And we had to tell her that in order to save her soul. Anyway, I'm also letting more people know about Wholesome Monster Girl Academia. Because people are talking about Steam Next Fest demos, and I've gotten very close to thinking about just streaming that. Because I need to know. Are you going to have discussions with the Dragon Girl about the nature of the Eucharist? These are the important things I care about.
But Braden, you're really forgetting the other major headline, which is in 2 days, the Konosuba dating sim comes
Yes.
out.
Yes, it does. Listen, if people want to throw money at me...
That game looks like dog shit, but it looks like the right kind of dog
bad,
shit.
But and like an
You think that
obligatory...
it's a dig? Do you think that that's the joke, is that they made a shitty game?
No,
Because I've seen some people on Reddit saying that... So, the example that's usually presented is the Aqua Teen Hunger Force golf game.
Yeah.
And it's always been a theory that they deliberately made a bad game. And so there are people who now believe that the Konosuba game being a bad video game is part of the joke.
No, I think it's just a cheap cash-in.
Mother always has this key with her.
I think you're probably right, but I want to believe. I want to believe that it's
Ronnie the
meta
Weasel!
Calm down, calm down.
Ronnie the Bear! Get it
Ronnie,
right!
Ronnie the Bear! No! Okay, I was very concerned. It started skipping for a second. Also, this is like a weirdly dynamic cutscene for a clock tower game.
I'm going to go and check my grandfather's room.
Like, this was clearly mocapped.
Well, it looks like you've grown up too, Dennis.
Oh, come on. That was then and this is now.
What
Wait a
is
minute.
this? What is it? What is Dick's room key. Anyway, welcome to Clock Tower 3.
So, I was busy after I played softcore pornography yesterday. So, which was not at all my intention. But let's
Yes,
call
it
it for what
was.
it is. I accidentally played softcore pornography.
You did not accidentally.
I was warned, yes, Braden, if you must belabor the point, I was warned by multiple people. These are the games that I got downloaded and pathed correctly on ScumVM. Hopefully, these are things. So, let's start from the... I didn't actually get Urban Runner to work. Touche, The Adventures of the Fifth Musketeer. This is what I was told. It is the French version of The Secret of Monkey Island, but set in France, and it's a musketeer game.
Oh, good.
I have Finks, spelled S-F-I-N-X, and Salties. These are the games that the creators of AD 2044 made after AD 2044. I've got Slater and Charlie Go Camping. I already confirmed that my next game will be Ringworld: Revenge of the Patriarch. Pepper's Adventure in Time. Operation Stealth, and if we were Americans, which we are, this would be 007 Operation Stealth. For whatever reason, I bought the European edition of this game. For whatever reason, Operation Stealth, when they released it in the United States, they decided to make it a James Bond game at the last minute.
Yeah, that checks out.
I may or may not play Myth, which is like a traditional Magnetic Scrolls text adventure. That might just be when I do some weird stuff. Lost in Time, widely considered one of the hardest adventure games ever made. Future Wars, Eco Quest, Cruise for a Corpse. I'm hoping that I figured out how to do this disc swapping stuff for Clandestiny. This is the animated FMV game that Trilobite made after 11th Guest or 11th Hour. Bud Tucker in Double Trouble. Blue Force, The Bizarre Adventures of Woodruff and the Schnibble, Bargon Attack, and The Black Cauldron.
Okay. So, entities.
So, it's gonna be a lot of adventure games.
Subordinates, rooters. You get all this? Great.
Entities? Ruders? Teenage girls who stand against the forces of darkness?
Did you find anything in there, Alyssa? What's that?
Why is Ron Weasley here?
It's an entity. And the Ruders.
So it wasn't...
Ronnie the Bear. He grabs her tome of grimoires and chases her violently.
She's nearby.
He is filled with a berserker rage, dear reader.
It doesn't matter. Just
A
go-
monster beyond all mortal ken.
It'll be like the old days.
That was a long time ago.
Well, I might as well help you. There's
I don't even
nothing
think
to do
Gino
at
understands
home.
the joke you're making.
I'm alone in the house.
I don't know. I
until my
don't
sister
either.
comes back anyway.
What is that?
I mean, Linda, isn't she traveling?
What are you doing?
Okay. So,
She's working
in
for
the
an
early
assistant refugee camp
2000s,
in Africa.
Early 2000s.
In her last
a
letter, she said she
man
read
Early-
another 6 months.
Early
recorded-
era of
Unfit
YouTube.
to babysit
and you can find it.
Okay.
You can find it if you look for it. It is an audio commentary track for Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, where this man
birthday
has
somewhere.
just
My birthday?
See?
just
You
comments over the entire thing. It's it's Mystery Science Theater-esque,
What's the matter?
but the entire time he's like, and then Harry grabs his magical stick.
Count on me,
Oh, dear reader. Oh, he is so powerful.
It's called Wizard People, Dear Reader.
It's
It's a work of art. It's like, you remember when people were obsessed with incorrect lip syncing of
Yeah.
lyrics to music videos? It's like that, but
Sure. Let's say yes.
it's like that, but to actual scenes of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, the film.
it's
It's a work of art.
it's one of the most important bits of dumb comedy shit in the post MST3K pre Riff Tracks era. That dark
And
period.
also, like, one of the first, like, YouTube exclusives that drew people to YouTube.
yeah,
It
and
could
then
only be on YouTube.
and then unsurprisingly, that got pulled. But if you want, you sure can find a version of that film that has that audio track playing over it without having to do it yourself.
Wizard People. It's so good.
And then Pork Chop McGrubbins pulls out his filthy, filthy beard. Oh, dear reader. Anyway, we gotta find some clocks. Ah, fuck!
Like, he refers to Harry Potter as a beautiful animal and also a destroyer of worlds.
What? There was a painting underneath the painting.
Great.
Professor McGonagall is referred to as Hardcastle McCormick.
It's a good name.
Voldemort is Valmart.
All right, what's the time on the clock? It's 3 o'clock on the portrait.
So Off the Deep End's gonna be this week, right?
Yes, I will have that to you by tomorrow.
Excellent. Man, I don't want to play more Alan Wake. How many more chapters do I have?
Dude, it's not that long of a game.
It's like 10 hours long.
Okay. I might be pretty far in then, I don't know.
What part was the last part that you were on? Just describe it.
I was escaping the police from the motor
From the trailer park.
Yeah, you're
trailer
almost
park.
there.
Yeah.
You're like halfway. More than halfway.
Yeah. Like 60,
Okay, there's only 6
65% of the way.
episodes, and I'm on episode 4 or something. Okay. Okay, so I can finish it. I think. Yeah, I was heading to the radio tower, so yeah.
Oh, that's basically like the radio tower is maybe one of the better parts of the game. I'm not going to say that it redeems it if you're already not a huge fan of it. But
I'm not a
that's
fan of playing it.
That's basically the last true gameplay-y. I mean, surprise, surprise, there's going to be a shitty boss fight at the end.
I bet.
I've found the ending boss fight is not that hard.
It's not hard, it's just shitty.
Yeah.
I like how every chapter they throw away all of your items and
Yeah.
make you get them again.
Survival horror.
I don't know what. I just don't understand the design ethos. I don't know what they were doing.
Okay, here's the design ethos. Alan Wake was one of the first Xbox 360 games announced. It did not come out until 2010. It was announced in 06, I believe. 05 or 06.
So 4 years of polishing.
No, so it was going to be an open world game.
Yeah. They
And
fumbled around for a while and then had to put something out.
and then they had to salvage something into a real video game.
They basically
They
so
couldn't
had
get
the
the open world to work.
So remember all of that great car driving, truck driving shit in the forest? Imagine if that was the game. So basically that's your only hint of what the game used to be. Is it used to be an open world horror game. They quickly realized you can't
with the
do
day-night
that.
cycle.
You really can't do that and have like the Remedy style of Moody's meta storytelling. So they scrapped it and still kept the foresty stuff.
They kept the entire world, and they just segmented out all of the levels in the game.
But the final game is basically a salvage job.
Yes. Brought to you by Energizer.
I say.
I'll say this. I also did not care for playing that game all that much.
I mean,
At
it's
the
functional.
time- I liked it at the time. I played it at the time. I just remember even at the time thinking, man, this game's short for
It
how
just
long
it
they had
just
to make
it never mixes up the encounters in any meaningful or interesting ways. Until the DLC.
Yeah, I don't really enjoy just holding the flashlight on dudes until I can shoot them 3 times.
Yeah, that's a problem I had too. I would say,
Like-
at the very least, when you're done with the game, give the first DLC a shot. I'm not saying you have to play both of them, but they do weird things to make the encounters interesting. You can see, like, the early DNA that would later go into Control. Like
And
that
Quantum Break.
And Quantum Break have weird Control DNA in them.
The flare gun just being a gun that works
It's a rocket
is
launcher.
just...
Yeah.
It's a rocket launcher. The fact that it just works and I don't need to worry about shining a light on something for 10 to 15
Hey,
seconds.
what if Braden and I told you that the whole flashlight shit, they don't do that in Alan Wake 2?
Not well, you still have to shine the flashlight on people.
But it's not nearly as annoying.
No. And it makes more sense for that game because it is way more of a straight survival horror game where you are only facing a handful of enemies at a time instead of like 12 dudes who are all going, "Delicious oatmeal breakfast. Remember to keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle." That is one thing I really like about Alan Wake.
Everyone
Just all of the shadow-taken people
shouting nonsense.
are just shouting nonsense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is the funny part, I think.
I think that game gets by a lot with vibes, one might say.
It does. It does.
And
yeah, the rest of the game seems like Night Springs is great.
Yeah.
The part where I have to play a shooter sucks, but like the vibes, the Alan Wake, he had to run fast. Alice was in danger, and he needed to save her, and I needed to save her.
Alice was in danger. I needed to save her, but I didn't know how. The pages would tell me.
If only I could read them.
If only I could read the pages.
I needed a manuscript. I needed a manuscript.
I hadn't
written in years.
Like that Matthew Peretta voice, the voice that he does when he's reading the pages, is like burned into my mind because it's so perfect for the kind of schlock they are trying to do.
Yep.
Okay, there's a guy with
It
a
is
bell.
very good.
Who are you? What are you doing here? Answer me!
What is going on here?
What's that? What's going on? Mother, where have you got to?
So, Braden, how much longer into Delicious and Dungeon should I expect I have to... How many more episodes do you think before it's not just a Monster of the Week?
I think the
Eat the
last couple
monster.
episodes of this season will be very much... Like, I think you're an episode or two away from... What was this last week's episode? Was it the one with, Did they introduce the other
Sherbert.
adventuring party?
They introduced another adventuring party, and they were dead.
Yeah, they did.
They then ate a bunch of treasure bugs and made sherbet out
Okay,
of ghosts.
so I think the next couple episodes it's gonna start mixing up. Why are their eyes bleeding?
Because spooky? Why are you asking questions? Because spooky.
Anyway, yeah. So, the original idea for Alan Wake is secretly just Deadly Premonition. Just,
Yep.
the difference... Here's the thing I greatly appreciate about Alan Wake, is that the Twin Peaksy stuff is very much background dressing and not the entire thing. Okay, that lady, done poltergeisted me.
I mean, it's background stuff, but also it's the only part of it that I feel like is interesting. I don't know.
No, I think the thing is the schlocky Stephen King stuff.
Okay. You mean, so you distinguish the schlocky
Yes.
Stephen King from the...
From, like,
From
hey,
the
the people in this town are a little quirky and weird, but that's not the whole deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they like talk about the Twin Peaksy stuff occasionally. And they reference it, but then you spend so much time alone in the woods shooting the same 3 enemies over and over again that
that makes
they
you go,
don't actually flesh that out.
See, I mean, that's
It's
just
like, oh,
something
the pot woman.
That's just something that they did better. Outright just did better in the in Alan Wake 2. Is the stuff outside of the town is a lot better and not shitty, and then also when you do go to the town, it's just magical.
Alan Wake 2 is Remedy's best game. It feels like the first game of theirs that really fully accomplishes what it's trying to do mechanically and thematically.
I can't go as far as Braden, but I would say that I'm not going to dispute the fact that it is a true highlight of Remedy's design and narrative ambitions kind of actually working together.
Oh, I will check that out. Well, I gotta run.
All right.
I will enjoy the Clonk Tower.
Yeah, these people, they might be haunted. I think they might be haunted. Anyway, I'm just gonna go down the chimney in it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm just running from horrible monsters.
Yeah?
Ghosts. Ghosts!
Okay, Scooby-Doo.
Oh, speaking of that, look at the pet pics in the Discord.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things, because it's just Bo with a look of murder on his eyes watching my nephew eat chicken nuggies.
I'm going to kill you if you don't give me a nug.
I want chicken nuggies. And he started, like, drooling, visibly drooling, and it made me sad, so I gave him some duck jerky.
Oh.
For dogs. Serial killer, hey, meets Grizzly End. Another serial killer? Oh, he fell into a vat of acid. Alright, so this technique, it's called the ghost skip. So what you need to do here is you need to, you gotta go up these stairs and then you gotta go down, and that tricks the ghost AI, kinda lets you just run past it. Okay, so I got an invisibility band from that. Oh, crushed in the boot. That's how you know British. And then you're like, oh, I did it. I saved the ghost. I got a sigil stone. That'll take a hit for me. Alright, I'm gonna refill my holy water. See, I think this game looks pretty good for an early PS2 stuff.
Yep.
Oh. Is that the ghost of me mum? Hey, what's up? Oi, Poppet. Dick's desk key. Okay. No, wait, no. Grandpa Dick's room is downstairs.
Doge.
Yeah. There's a Doge. He's going borf, borf, borf. Alright, what's in Grandpa's desk? It's a book of entities too! Uh-huh. Sacred power to vanquish the subordinate. I understand. Oh, I forgot about Grandpa's secret study, innit?
I forgot about
What's
me
all this
grandpa's
then?
wall of fucking creepy ass masks. Well, I have to hit them in a
Oh, I got
specific
some
order.
film. Got to develop it in the dark room. Got to find a secret photo of Rebecca Chambers, innit?
The Ruda who battle the entities are scattered all over Europe. We, the Hamiltons, are also of Ruda stock. Of this lineage I am proud. The Ruda blood is passed down to females. My wife, Francesca, was a Ruda. In my naive youth, I did not believe any of it. I denied the presence of entities and Rudas alike, preferring to believe that it was all just an old wives' tale. But then I found the Book of Entities, and Nancy began to sharpen her Ruda powers. I finally opened my eyes to the truth and began my research into the subject. The Ruda powers first appear in a young woman's early teens and peak at age 15. The powers then gradually diminish, usually disappearing entirely by the age of 20. For generations, the women of the Hamilton clan have spent their teens fighting against subordinates for the Ruda cause, before marrying in their 20s in order to produce the next generation of Rudas. Nancy is already 18. Her Ruda powers are dwindling rapidly, and it is almost time for her to pass the job on to the next female. We Hamiltons think of our Ruda blood as something of which to be proud, as well as a responsibility that must be taken very seriously. I am sad to give my beloved Nancy to another man, but it must be done. I will watch her marry with a broken heart.
So as the game suddenly realized, oh wait, do we kind of need to just be a horror?
Well, now they're
horror
explaining the
game?
lore.
Yeah.
I chose for her the name Alyssa.
The downfall of a lot of funny. Now we have to explain the lore.
Now we have to explain why I'm an exorcist girl. I mean, you don't really need to,
Pray she will grow
but I guess
I
we
would
have
prefer
to.
that they don't.
and will fulfill her obligation as a
Just
noble.
magic. Just say it's magic. Honest.
A Ruda family.
A Ruda family.
I am a Ruda. It's in my blood. Leave it to me, Grandpa. I have the same Ruda strain in my blood as my mother.
Is your grandfather?
I can save Dorothy and Albert. Then
The-
and only then will I be able to leave this nightmare and see my mum again.
Your mum's
Sure,
dead, lass.
Isn't it?
She got done stabbed by the scissor man, innit? Alright, is there anything else in this secret study? Oh, here we go.
Ooh, is that a green arrow?
repellent arrow.
That is.
Video game, when you put a bookshelf like this sticking out from the other bookshelves, you know what I want to do. You tempt me. You mock me. Alright, now what do I do with the roll of film?
Put it in a film player.
No, it's like camera film.
Bro, giving it. Man.
May come in handy at some point. Okay.
Is this seriously gonna... You used a microfiche thing when you were going through your history program in college, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
And I also did that when I was, when I volunteered for the local museum.
Yeah.
And was, like, cataloging some of the stuff that people had donated to them. But yes, I've used that. What's Bo barking at? Maybe it's a scissor man. Not this way, love.
So yeah, this is Luigi's Mansion, right?
Kinda. Anyway, can we just talk about how there's a dead body hanging out in the bathroom?
You know, if I'm gonna go out, I want to go out somewhere where I'm at least comfortable in my last moments, so a bathtub is not the worst. Ooh, pentagrams. Magical pentagrams?
Magical symbols. We gotta teleport. I assume I have to go back here. I'm gonna pull up a walkthrough. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, okay, I'm supposed to be here. I put film in your camera. You are free! This must be a photograph from the crime scene! You can't really see the suspect in it. There's another photograph of an open door with a hidden switch. This one of the doors in the house? Could it perhaps be the one with the hanging picture? But I did purchase Nightcry.
Ooh.
Because it was $7.
Ooh.
Like, literally, that game has not been on sale for the last 3 years.
And you said.
And I said, it's on sale now, motherfuckers.
And I know a deal when I see one.
I know a deal when I see... No, that game seems hilarious. Because that game is maybe the prime example of, like, Kickstarter game that technically made its budget, like, technically made its goal, but they clearly were scoping and speccing towards a much higher...
Yeah, that's the sense I get.
And so it was being made for iPad first.
Mother, what are you doing? I told you you shouldn't wander around outside by yourself.
I came to tell you that dinner's ready, and I told you that you don't need to be worried about me. Your old mother may have dicky eyes, but she's not on her last legs yet.
God, what was that one game that Dan played
What is it you're making this time?
where it's a stealth game and it's the android person?
Actually, I've been busy making this.
And was bad.
Winter's coming, and I don't want you catching
Republic?
around outside. I've been making this in my spare time. How is it, warm enough?
Oh, I love me mother. Surely we won't get murdered by the acid killer.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Ah!
That's enough playing happy family. You make me sick.
Jesus!
This is pretty brutal. This guy's just murdering everybody?
This is some, What? He just shoved that old lady into a tank of acid!
Yeah, it's like... This is actually upsetting.
This is like real fucking gnarly.
All fun and games until a weird masked man throws an old lady into a vat of acid.
And now he's after me!
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, have you considered... Have you considered burning, you son of a bitch? Oh, I needed something in this room. Probably. Okay, so we clearly need to get that old woman shawl. And that's how we get to and that's how we get to the boss fight.
I found you.
Yeah, come after me, bitch. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, this seems bad.
Anyway, I like the part where he's like, "Oi, governor, I'ma spit acid on ya."
There she is.
I know you're ostensibly supposed to be, like, quiet and stuff.
What, yeah, me?
But, no, I mean, in this game.
Oh. I thought you wanted to give me a compliment.
But also, what if I just ran past him?
Oh, so the, Alien Colonial Marines technique.
Yeah.
Still one of the funnest experience I've ever had.
She is.
That's definitely one of my favorite charity streams. Ah, Jesus. That man did a butt slam on me.
He's, Mario.
That's a problem all Nemesis mechanics have. Yeah. I think I've played. I'm trying to think of all the Resident Evil games I've played on stream. Because I've definitely played the first 3.
And Village.
And yes, I did play Village on stream.
All the way.
While I was dog sitting Bo.
It was a ballsy call on your part, playing the entire game.
Playing a modern video game on stream. Daughter's letter. Just have to go through time and fight all of these serial killers who are possessed by entities.
I found you!
Yeah, it's gonna be sad when Resident Evil comes bad again when they remake 5.
I don't say this with a lot of excitement. I would take Code Veronica over 5, please.
They should remake Code Veronica before they remake 5.
Like, at least that's interesting. But, like, yeah, I kind of don't want Capcom to have another go at a primarily African-based setting, South American-based setting. Kind of don't trust them with those characters.
Yeah, and who knows what 9 will be, if we're talking about the main series. Is it gonna be...
I mean...
Is it gonna be Ethan Winter's daughter?
Yeah, like, if the DLC was not as shitty as people
with her
have said
mold
it
powers?
Like, there's something to that as a concept.
Video game.
I don't know if that's actually good. Like, honestly, I just don't know if it's good enough.
Heard it will be Chris and Leon's last hurrah. I could see that.
I don't know if Capcom knows how to give characters their last hurrah. Like, they still have Ryu and Ken fucking around in Street Fighter.
Well, they tried.
They tried. Message received. I guess the thing about Resident Evil is that there is a precedent of, like, yeah, eventually they do move on.
Yeah, and then they show up in the CG animated movies that no one watches. And you just see clips of Chris doing gun kata, and you're like, okay, these at least seem ridiculous. But, I'm good. You know? Like...
Again, I don't know if I even trust Capcom to do the right thing with those characters.
Even if Resident Evil is bad again... It'll probably still be okay.
I don't know. I actually, I don't know. It feels like they've kind of ended up in a creative rut where they don't know what to do.
Resident Evil 5.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we need. Resident Evil 5. This time we got rid of the part where you shoot literal Ooga Booga tribes people.
I found you!
Anyway, Ralkin, this guy just murders people by dunking them in vats of acid. So that's fun. And he does butt slams.
Come on and slam. Get up in and jam.
You actually have to preempt. Power of Christ compels you, motherfucker. Not this way. All right, time. Is this time for the boss battle?
Last one was so good.
None of your lip, little girl. You have your own destiny to accept.
My destiny.
You must die, Alyssa.
These like all of these cutscenes are very. Okay, fantastic.
They're far more involved than what I thought.
They're
they
far
would be.
more like fluid and like. There's a lot of motion going on.
I didn't know if I was expecting this much magical girl. Also.
Oh, I did. That's what. Why do you think I bought this?
To the last minute. That's great.
Anyway, I have an arrow of light.
I was gonna say this game feels distinctly Unclock Tower like because you're actually fighting them and not just running away forever.
That's why the Clock Tower fans don't like this game.
They're wrong.
They're wrong.
It seems like the most competent one as a video game.
Oh, 605 years.
This guy's bad.
There she is.
Judgment.
Prepare to die.
Preserving freedom.
Preserving freedom.
God, that's the greatest. That's the greatest unit bark. And they would do it. They would do it without being prompted sometimes too.
There she is.
I'm so proud to be an American.
We played CNC Generals
Be
last
an
night.
American. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That guy Lee Greenwood made that song, and then Ronald Reagan appointed him to be the director of the National Council of the Arts, and nobody could kick him out for fear of being called un-American for like years. And then, oddly enough, I believe it was Biden was like, yeah, we don't want someone who's like far right and isn't approving any music that's not perceived as being country.
There she is.
Patriotic.
You know, when I think of patriotic music, I think of pop country scene. It's that Bo Burnham song.
Prepare to die.
Born in 1964, Jeffrey Bezos. You can do it.
Prepare to die.
I was gonna say, is that Bezos' version of the Shia LaBeouf cannibal thing?
A little bit.
This seems miserable. I take back what I said.
So,
There she is.
the way, yeah, so you can either beat the boss by depleting their health bar. Oh, cool. Or if you fully charge an arrow and get them from 3 different directions, you can kill them by binding them. But as you can see, it takes a while to charge the arrow.
4 more years.
4 more years, yes.
That's 604 more years.
Yeah. It's fine.
I'm worried about Taco Bell.
Yeah, you hear about this place? It's called Taco Bell.
Enjoy your newly elevated life. What the fuck?
As someone who likes to elevate his life, I'm constantly thinking about Taco Bell.
Oh, here's a good question. Does it update his number of victims each time you die?
No.
Oh. Fuck
That
this
would be
game.
that would be too clever.
Yeah, how would you ever possibly upgrade, get the arrow fully charged?
There she is.
I wasn't fully charged, apparently.
Okay, so I guess you should just bait out the missile, dodge it, and then start. That's a big life bar.
There she is.
There we go.
There she is. There she is. There she is. There she is. Prepare to die.
Oh, that's what you mean by pre-elections.
There she is.
Oh, and he can undo them.
Yeah.
I like that you can't change directions once you're actually aiming.
There she is.
Yeah.
There she is.
You know how far you are into this?
Die.
There are 4 segments. And this is the end of segment 2.
Alright, yeah, you're getting there.
This is
Yeah, these boss fights aren't good. Hey, guess what? This game did not review especially well.
I wonder why. I mean,
There she
as
is.
funny as I think this game is,
Prepare to die.
I still maintain they never made a truly great Clock Tower game.
Oh, no. No, none of these games are good.
I mean, if you italicize great, then they
There she
definitely do.
Yeah, Clock Tower,
There she is.
Ghost Head is very funny.
Prepare to die. There she
There
is.
are some legitimately fun chase sequences in that second game.
There she
It's
is.
just a really unfortunately long opening.
Prepare to die.
The whole thing in the university or wherever it is. Hospital?
There
Who
she
can
is.
remember? I beat that game.
I feel like you're having a little bit of an easier time basically kiting or
It seems like he's getting stuck on the
unlocking this
central
enemy.
thing.
Yeah. It feels like you're having an easier time stun locking them.
We'll just do this like 74 more times.
Oh, those arrows are gonna clip through that burner. That's helpful.
There she is.
Yeah, but even when you're doing one of the techniques that the game wants you to do, it still feels like it takes fucking forever.
There she is.
Oh, he juked you.
There she is. There she is.
I still think my purchase was justified.
Yeah. I'm not doubting
Like,
that.
you know, I think it's fair to say that, you know, the PS2 era is kind of, I would say, one of Capcom's golden eras. But then you get to stuff like this and like Piano 3
I think it's safe to say
and
we're
Dino
in
Crisis
Capcom's
3.
golden era.
Yeah.
Yeah, is this a new golden era?
Oh,
for
absolutely.
Or is this their platinum era? Like, I don't know if anything else actually matches what their last handful of years have been like.
Like,
Several
yeah.
years. Like, Monster Hunter World kind of started this.
I'd even go earlier than that. I'd say Resident Evil 7,
Prepare to die.
When was 7?
2017.
Okay, that's same year as Monster Hunter World, right? Or was that 2018?
No, Monster Hunter World was 2018.
Okay. Yeah, okay, sure. I need to play Mega Man 11 at some point.
Their response to Mighty Number 9 was, okay, fine.
What if we just made one of these games?
Fine, fuck you. Inafune.
You guys ever play 9 or 10?
9 is a real motherfucker.
I couldn't do the boss rush at the end. It's outrageous. I could get to the very end of that game, but the boss rush is just...
I thought that 8 was the right mix of hard and
Boy, motherfuckers!
8 is the one with the anime cutscenes that are good.
Yep.
Yeah, that's also an old one.
Who are we playing?
We're playing Clock Tower 3.
Are you gonna Clock Tower?
No. I'm in the realest clock tower of them all. England.
Alright. How long have you been streaming? An hour?
About an hour.
Redeeming a hydration break. Take a sip of water.
Okay, fine.
Also, while I've got all of my friends here who stream, and also Hyrelk, and I don't know if you stream or not.
Not anymore, apparently.
I mean, do you not? I just
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm not. It's not a problem.
How do you set up the channel points? Do you need like a certain number of followers to do that?
I don't remember. I almost never use it.
I invented the channel points mostly as a goof.
I would look through the, what is it, the, streamer something or other.
There she is. Prepare to die.
Okay, I can shoot arrows of light through this central obstacle, huh?
Prepare to die.
This does not seem like a fair fight for this boss.
They've been doing relatively well against Brady.
Oh, also, fun thing happened. I mentioned on my Twitter that I was gonna go live earlier, right? And 5 different people who build VTuber rigs followed me in 12 seconds.
Yeah.
There she is.
Hello.
There she is.
Hello, Justin. How do you feel about Acid Mans?
There she is.
Or game boss fights.
There she is.
What's the best boss fight in a survival horror game?
8 has some good ones. As does the remake of 4. RE4 has some real good remake.
The fist fight at the end of the DLC in 7.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. That's the correct
it.
answer. Is what's his name?
Jack.
Jack Baker.
You're welcome.
I like how we
No,
didn't
Jack.
even do
I thought
flame
Jack was
recently.
the dad.
Sure.
No, it's
Pretty sure I beat that game more recently than any of you. I can't tell you a fucking thing about RE7.
bad. It's the dad. Because was it Jack comes back?
Yes, and you punch him to death. You get into a wrestle fight as
with your brother.
Uncle, the weird swamp uncle. God, it's so good.
I hate getting in wrestling matches with my weird swamp uncle.
Have you played Resident Evil 7, Harley?
No, I have a weird swamp uncle.
Oh. Okay. You should play RE7 at some point, though.
I played, oh, this is gonna sound, I'm like a broken record. I played the first, like, 30 minutes of Resident Evil 7.
It's fine. I
I
played Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League for like 5 hours yesterday. Nice. Because a friend of mine gave away a code.
Are you gonna play more of it, or are you done?
I will. So I've already gotten to the part where like I think they are starting to repeat the mission types.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those.
Because it's one of those.
Mm-hmm.
I just think the base act of moving and shooting in that game is actually like rock solid. One might call it rock steady, even.
Mm-hmm. I would not say you can finish RE7 in a single sitting if it's your first time. Okay. If you played it before, sure.
There she is. Prepare to die. There she is.
Which Warhammer were you playing earlier? So I saw something pop up.
Total War Warhammer 3.
Prepare to die.
Wait, what?
I've heard of this
up,
game.
and I was like, I'd watch it, but I'm at work.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. I figured I would do like an earlier thing in the day because I know that you all do stuff in the evenings. I didn't want to.
You're on the East Coast, though, aren't you?
I mean, I just kind of assumed we were all on the East Coast.
I am not on the East Coast.
Most people who get in this chat are on the the West.
Damn, that's crazy.
So if you wanted to start streaming stuff like 6 or 6:30 or something, would probably be a good time to do it.
I usually cook dinner around 6:30.
I am on the East Coast.
Yeah, East Coast represent. It fucking sucks over here. I miss California. I miss.
Oh, gee.
I miss
That's not
mountains.
something I've ever heard.
I miss mountains.
Oh.
Well, I'm not far away from mountains.
I guarantee you,
I could drive.
Whatever mountain you're thinking of here on the East Coast is just a hill. I've seen mountains that make the sky.
I want to
like
see
it's
mountains
turned
again,
upside
Gandalf.
down.
Mountains.
Mountains.
The North Carolina mountains are not like the biggest in the world, but they're pretty good. Have you ever seen The Last of the Mohicans?
No.
Most of the mountains in that movie were filmed here. But yeah, the Appalachian Mountains are here. Or Blue Ridge Mountains, sorry.
There she is.
Which I think is part of the Appalachian Mountains.
Prepare to die.
But yeah, there's a lot of mountains in North Carolina, like big fucking mountains.
Also, Harley, I don't know if you've been watching it, but a lot of California is under a flood warning right now, so maybe stick where you're at. You're safer.
Is Del Norte County under a flood warning?
Actually, I know where that is.
Prepare to die.
I would be immensely surprised if it is. Nothing ever happens in Del Norte County.
There she is. There she is.
Del Mar is...
Prepare to die.
No, we got, that's fine.
Woo! Common, Del Norte County W. Nothing
Del Norte.
happens in Del Norte County.
There she is.
Okay, I guess we're just going for the health bar.
Prepare to die.
No, but like seriously though, Del Norte County. nothing happens in Del Norte County so consistently that when things happen in areas around us, we're the evacuation zone.
See, thought that a forest fire hit that area recently.
I won the boss fight.
Nice job.
Forest fires don't get far enough north or south to hit us usually.
Yeah, it's usually
Probably-
the Buttes and Chico Redding area.
Yep. And I bet all those people from Redding went to Del Norte County.
Yeah, my...
Wait, where's the ridiculous cutscene that happens when you beat a boss? Normally,
I bet we're gonna do it when we give the old lady back her shawl.
As the thing that this game is infamous for already happened.
you beat
which
bosses-
one?
Oh, no, never mind.
Listen, the guy dunked an old woman in a tub of acid in a, like, weirdly graphic way, given how much of this game is like a weird clown game. Anyway, we're gonna save these people's souls by giving this old lady her shawl back. Sadly, no one's dad died in World War II this time.
What do you think is the old lady's deal?
The old lady, her eyes don't work so well, but her son loves her, and that's why he knitted her a shawl. And all of that was to be ruined by,
Gas mask man?
by a gas mask man.
I can see. I can see. Albert! Albert!
Is that the lady that got dumped in acid?
Yeah.
Oh.
I waited so long for you.
We saved their souls.
Oh God, what happened to his eyes?
He got acid splashed in his eyes!
Mother, I can see. I can see too.
Anyway, we're going to
night.
heaven now. Bye.
Thank you very much.
Dorothy,
Oh wait, they're dead?
Albert,
Yes.
goodbye.
Oh.
Yes. No, their souls were trapped in a hellish reflection of their last moments. And then I'm like, oh, I saved you with me light errors. Anyway, look up the pantsies.
He's just rolling back and forth, huh?
Oh, wow.
Destroying 2 subordinates. The ruder strain appears especially strong within you, Alyssa.
Oh, no.
Rooter
creepy
strain?
guy?
Yeah, so she's...
Like Roto-Rooter?
No, like an exorcist. I don't know. I'm not British.
British.
You missed Ron Weasley. He was like, oi, what's up, cuz? Gov? In it? What? And,
Wait,
oh,
what
yep,
the fuck was
Pantsu,
that?
motherfuckers.
Uh-huh.
What?
What's going on here? It went Independence Day?
No, I think it's a tower.
Is it an actual
There's
clock
a clock
tower?
in it.
Yeah, now we're in the clock
Yeah, she's on a
tower.
clock, and she's in a tower.
This is only number 3, though, right?
Yeah, no, there's still
2 more.
2 more. And one of them is the Scissor Man.
What would a clock tower be without the scissorman?
Except, what if the Scissor Man was like a hot jokery sort of fellow?
man.
What if he was dark and twisted?
I don't know how to react to that. I'm not prepared for hot scissorman.
She should be happy to be flying along on this clock.
You know, if this game were one genre to the left, this would be Bayonetta.
Yes, sure would. I wonder if there's any overlap.
I mean, Harley makes a very good point. Like, I can't stop thinking about that.
Yeah, like everyone's favorite
WK.
Kojima character, Higgs.
Yeah. WK saying like everyone's favorite Kojima character, Higgs. You know, I might actually play that fucking free copy of Death Stranding I got.
When that happens, you and I will become one, and together we will obtain eternal.
Yeah, it's a long story.
That trailer made me think maybe I should play Death Stranding.
So
for what system?
So for PC, like the story is that I put my name in a lottery for being a moderator for a year. Fan to put all of the moderators that said yes, I would like a free game, and like the first person got a full legal copy of Starfield. Second person got like a copy to fucking The Last of Us.
What?
Then my name came up. I got Death Stranding.
I feel like you
Last
won.
of Us, yeah, I was gonna say, Last of Us should have been third place. That's a fucking. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it till I die. The Last of Us is a mediocre third-person stealth action game. I do not understand. I do not understand
Harley,
why everyone's sucking its dick.
I can tell you why, Harley.
The gameplay.
It's
The
very
gameplay
pretty.
of Last of Us is never great, but I think people really like the story.
Anyway,
Which
remember when
also
that man
is
just
basically
threw
just
me down a
Children of Men.
hole
You
and
can
now
watch
said
Children
I'm
of
in
Men.
hell?
Yeah, you're in hell. So are you gonna fight Satan? Or are you gonna fight that
Is
weird
Satan the old
looking
man with
Humpty
the
Dumpty?
the bowler hat?
Oh, God, been left.
He probably.
We were talking over each other. Sorry.
He's probably making dinner or something.
Oh, that.
Anyway, yeah, Harley. Here's the thing. For better or for worse, Sony's production values with their single player games are second to none, and they playtest their stuff in such a way that it becomes too big to fail.
Okay, but counterpoint, I read that stupid think piece that said that The Last of Us changed games by comparing it to fucking Super Mario, and
yeah, well, whoever wrote that deserves to be thrown off a cliff.
like
Like
nothing.
Heihachi.
Yeah, like
Nothing.
Heihachi.
There's not a single thing that The Last of Us did that a dozen other games that came out that same year didn't also do.
Yeah, but it's got the saddest of dads and the best of graphics.
I am not a huge Last of Us fan. I think that television show is good.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? Pedro Pascal? He's a good actor. I think Pedro Pascal, he seems like a fun man.
I liked him in that Nick Cage movie.
He's so good.
He's so good in that movie.
He's the fun part of Wonder Woman 84.
Which is a pretty damning thing to say, that the villain is better than the hero, but...
Well, that movie is...
It's kind of a disaster.
That movie, yes, that movie's a disaster. Okay, what's this? Why is it focusing on this Barracuda? Okay. It just wants you to know.
But yeah, I will hold that you can just watch The Road and Children of Men and get all the stuff you need from The Last of Us.
Yeah, basically. And to be clear, like, presentationally, I think those games are absolutely, like, oh shit. What the fuck?
What is going on?
Why is everyone doing sick parkour?
When she gets out of here, she should become a break dancer. She spends a
Oh,
lot of
this
time
guy.
spinning around on her back.
This man sure does look like a character from Soul Calibur, huh?
So is this a full boss or is it a mini boss?
I assume this is one of the 4 subordinates.
Anyway, which is a better overrated 2013 game? BioShock Infinite or The Last of Us?
Well, I haven't played one since 2013, and I have never played the other.
Oh.
So, my answer is, Fire Emblem Awakening.
Yeah! Join the dark side, Brayden.
That's my favorite overrated 2013 game.
I mean, we could also just say Shin Megami Tensei 4.
BioShock Infinite is the more overrated 2013 game. It has no moral principles, but it attempts to tell a story about moral principles.
No,
It's
yeah.
a game made by hacks for hacks.
If we really are gonna say the overrated 2013 game, let's go with GTA 5.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
I don't know. I think that the weird, like, downstream legacy of GTA Online, we're living with those consequences.
I played all 3 of those games and I enjoyed them.
Harley, are you aware that Ken Levine's next game might be coming out this year?
It sounds like Harley is, again, discussing the food that they have prepared for the people there.
Sorry, I have to use the bathroom, everybody.
That's fine.
Okay. Everything that I've heard about this stealth release of Ken Levine's next game makes it seem like it is a much smaller scope than what he has traditionally made.
Yeah, but it's about cancel culture. Also, I don't know. I feel like The Last of Us is at least good enough to warrant an HBO adaptation, whereas BioShock Infinite, I feel like the turn people took against that game was very quick.
I don't know how much of that was actually, like, BioShock Infinite,
Oh, nice trick.
I don't know. Like, the weird thing to say about, like, BioShock 2 is at least it had maybe one of the greatest examples of DLC done right ever.
Yes. Minerva's Den is the best BioShock game.
Thus proving that maybe BioShock should just be, like, 2 hours tops.
Maybe they just shouldn't make another one.
Maybe they shouldn't just make another one. Maybe,
like,
and if you do want to make...
Go ahead, go ahead.
And if you are going to make another one, maybe just make it a small-scale game that it tackles, like...
Well...
a small topic.
What I was going to say is that if you're going to take inspiration from System Shock 2, you should take inspiration from System Shock 2 and not BioShock.
I think that the thing that Brayden has brought up, and I've come around to it at this point, is like BioShock got a lot of a huge pass because for a lot of people, maybe including us at the time, it was the first game that people played that had that made a concerted effort to have more than just the story. Like, it was doing symbolism.
It tried to obviously be about something.
It tried to be about something.
But I don't know. I feel like Shadow of the Colossus tried to be about something and
but
do a
Shadow
lot
of the
of
Colossus
symbolism
was
and
never
stuff.
Shadow of the Colossus was notoriously not a sales mover for the West. BioShock, well known for having, like, not just selling well, but also like that that demo that they put out on Xbox 360 apparently convinced like publishers that we need to have these big demos that people can play on 360 and download it and then be able to play it.
Yeah, the BBK said FF7 opened with terrorism. I'd say, yeah, FF7 is trying to be about something. Whether it succeeds or not is up to the player, but it does bring up a conversation about, the environment and what we're doing to it. But no, I think BioShock, one of the reasons it got so successful, I think, is because it was a first-person shooter, which was in vogue at the time, and it had a story more engaging than most video games at the time, and that drew enough people in. That's it. And looking back, it's not a great first-person shooter.
No.
It's actually kind of a bad one, even compared to other shooters of the time.
Yeah, I don't know. Ken Levine, though, man. I mean, that guy's got ideas.
Are you aware that I had forgotten about this, but I forgot that Irrational devs made a game that seemed like a not too thinly veiled critique of what it was like to work with Ken Levine. It's called The Magic Circle.
There's no escape.
Yeah. I sometimes forget that that was about Ken Levine.
Oh, that's how I could have learned the solution to the puzzle.
Oh, nice trick.
Anyway, just if you want a fun time, read the blog posts that Ken Levine wrote for the PlayStation blog when that Judas trailer dropped during the PlayStation Direct.
You can't get away.
Oh yeah, the one where he's about
the one where it's like Judas takes place in a society where everyone is constantly judging everyone else's actions.
Okay, let's go down everything that Ken Levine is actually credited on. Okay. First project, 1998. Thief the Dark Project. Initial design, story, concepts, and level design. Ken Levine did a pretty good job with that, if that was his job description.
Yeah, and then he moved on to System Shock 2.
System Shock 2, lead design, writing, dialogue, story, voiceovers. That was his job description. He did a good job.
When he puts his mind to something and he's not being shitty, I think he actually can do a really good good thing.
Freedom Force 1, Freedom Force team.
Is SWAT
team
4 on that
direction
list.
and voices. Everyone who was responsible for the voices in Freedom Force should be fucking set on fire. Those voices are racist. You get to the part where you're fighting evil Japan, and I want to fucking puke.
Yeah, that's the second Freedom Force game where they go back in time and fight World War II.
Now, Tribes Vengeance, lead writer.
What?
I don't think of Tribes as having a story. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong Tribes, but I don't think of Tribes as having a story.
I bet did that game have like character callouts and stuff?
Maybe. Like Freedom Force versus the Third Reich. Writer and voice acting talent. Those voices are really, really tough to go back to, I will tell you. SWAT 4, executive producer, level design. He did a good job with that. BioShock, story, writing, creative direction. BioShock Infinite, lead writer, creative direction. BioShock Infinite, Buried at Sea, lead writer, creative director. And then Judas TBA.
Like, again, when he's firing on all cylinders, I think what he puts out can be pretty good.
He also
Like,
hasn't made a video game in 11
some of those
years.
games are really good. Anyway, is there a famous game designer who it wouldn't have been hell to work under?
I don't know, everybody from Nintendo says that when they're not doing shit like fucking Super Smash Bros, that things are pretty chill.
I think it's more that Sakurai creates the hell for himself.
My guy, again, I will never forget, like, this is, like, I hope that man just retires and we don't see any more of him, because he does these YouTube videos, and sometimes they make me go crazy, because he's like, you know, the best thing that I've learned from game development is just never give up. Keep working.
Just keep
and never
working
give up on your idea.
forever.
It's like, Sakurai, you went to a gym while you were working on Super Smash Bros. And you passed out from dehydration and overwork, and then you had to be hospitalized for like a week.
Isn't that how Monty the Rooster Teeth guy, died?
He died from a freak accident involving a allergic reaction.
Yeah, he got
stung by a bee.
And they gave him like the wrong anti-venom. It made it worse, not better. It was like a genuinely tragic accident.
Yeah.
Would Red versus Blue have been better if he was still alive?
No,
Not Red versus Blue,
I don't.
RWBY. Ruby or whatever. Those trailers for Ruby were really good, and then I watched like the first 2 episodes of the show, and I was like, nah.
Ruby is fucking terrible. And M isn't here to get mad at me. Cause Ruby Ruby is one of those fun things where, like, it's the middle ground between being a professionally produced thing and being an amateur fan thing, right?
I mean, that's basically all of Rooster Teeth's production.
Yes.
Since they started trying to do things other than Red versus Blue.
And Red versus Blue ended. Like, they stopped making new stuff.
No, they didn't.
Really?
No, they're still pumping out Red versus Blue.
I thought that they announced that it was ending at some point.
You can't get away.
I guess you're right. I think.
I
might be thinking of something else.
I googled it, and there is an article saying Rooster Teeth announces the final season of Red vs. Blue, published in July 8, 2023.
Whatever. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, no, that thing still pumps out. My understanding is that thing still pumps out money for them.
Also, Rooster Teeth seems like a bad company run poorly by a bunch of frat bro assholes.
I mean, that was the culture of machinima too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ruby CG does get way better later. Writing not so much. Yeah, that's the thing. Is no amount of like, oh, these action scenes you're doing are like actually well choreographed and put together. No amount of that is gonna save me from
the irritating writing.
From it being the worst magical girl anime you've ever seen.
They made an actual anime of it, and I saw some clips of it, and I was like, this also looks cool because it's all well animated and stuff. Apparently that drops off real quick.
Some good first episode syndrome where all of the budget is loaded up right in the front.
Yeah. We had about 20 minutes of good animation, and it's in the first episode.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, I get it. If you want cute girls with big weapons who do violence, and sometimes there's
sometimes
shipping.
Something sad happens.
Sometimes shipping happens.
And sometimes shipping.
And like,
I'm
hey,
sure anime has you covered in some other places.
Those voice actresses, a lot of them managed to
go on and have pretty good.
Go on to like translate those to real voice acting careers.
Good for them too. Like, get paid.
That's good.
But yeah, I don't know. The old internet. Remember it? I miss it.
When's the cutoff for the old internet? Like, what's the day?
2014.
No, you know what? I would say the old
okay,
internet.
Okay, I know
old
what Braden's
internet.
getting at.
For me, like the actual to like answer the question, it's when Google bought YouTube.
Okay.
When they had to actually solve the problem of monetization on YouTube.
Mum, is that you?
When it stopped kind of being like super homebrew shit.
So every war
So 2006.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Wow, that was not very. So YouTube had like a year and some change of independence before being purchased.
This necklace has been handed down in the Hamilton family.
Does
Harley's
YouTube
talking about Eberron?
Does YouTube still not make a profit?
I'm sure YouTube does just fine.
Yeah, they make a. Now I don't know if you've noticed this, Justin. It used to be where you would only see ads in videos that were super popular. Now you see ads on everything.
I use YouTube Music as my streaming service, which means I don't see any YouTube ads.
Darling, Father, Alyssa has laughed for the first time.
Is the final twist of this game that she's dead too?
Oh, we can hope.
What he's doing, Dick? Stop, Dick! Don't do this!
Why did her grandpa kill her dad? Oh!
And the remaining forges were given to the war force.
Oh!
Why did that axe turn?
So that they could self-propagate after they were granted independence.
What?
What?
I am gonna go watch TV with Daisy. I'll be back in like half an hour.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Jesus.
Grandpa's not happy. This
Oh God.
dark.
Like, for as cartoony as this game is,
Right in on it.
Now you've seen the truth. It was your beloved grandfather who murdered your father.
Anyway, we're fighting the cross between Darth Maul and Voldo over here. Yeah, Quan Chi, Mike McQuan Chi is here.
I have to say, that's some of the funniest shit I've seen.
Oh, that game seems wretched. And
Like,
not
it
in a
seems like
funny way.
It's
but
some of the
sometimes in a
funniest
funny
shit.
way.
It's real good.
Like, you know, Ride to Hell is just like, that game is, you can see that game falling apart at the seams at all times. But Mortal Kombat Mythologies is, they have some ideas, and they're the worst ideas. Alright, already fighting this guy, huh?
So is this just the same thing of you go find a spot to stand and charge up your bow?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you turn left and right while charging your bow?
Nope.
Okay.
You can't get away.
You gotta commit to the bow. Which is
Does she
what
have
I
any
do
other
when I'm
weapons?
dog sitting.
You can't get away. Come on. You can't get away.
Just really are doing this for like the third time.
Get away.
Yeah. Hey, Braden, you can't get away.
Come on. You can't get away. Come on.
I didn't even know that Cheat Code Central did reviews. They gave this game a 90.
Out of 100?
Seems like.
Oh boy.
You can't get away.
Does that website still even function?
One can hope.
You can't get away.
Looks like now they're just doing guides and stuff.
Well, yeah, that's where the SEO is.
Yeah. Latest article from Cheat Code Central. All Resident Evil games on PC in chronological order. I guess. Yep, that's it. That's the listicle. That's the very boring listicle.
Some people could want that information. Don't kill people.
Yeah.
Sure, but you.
How
you
else
don't
will
make
I
it
know
easy.
about the top 5 female Fire Emblem villains? The top 8 Pokemon Snap Pokemon.
You can't get away. Come on. You can't get away. You can't get away. Come on.
Clever.
You can't get away. Come on. You can't get away. Come on. You can't get away.
Oh, I got him as...
This is the last one!
Oh.
You are going to suffer the same fate as all the rest.
Oh, cool. All right, ZP, do you want to stream today or nah? bones?
You know what? No, I'm tired. It's
Okay.
Monday. I'm good.
All right,
I'll go tomorrow.
I'm gonna get to the next save point and I'm gonna call it. Oh, 12th May 1998. My sweet Alyssa, her small hands have grasped me heart, and will not let go.
Is this game actually running out of steam? I don't know if that's the way to say it. I think it's.
I just think the boss
game...
fights are always bad.
Yeah, the problem with this game is that it's hit the wall that a lot of these games hit, which is we need to explain shit. And we've got one idea about how to put an end note to all of these different thematics, which is boss fights.
No place for men of that nature. Even Nancy has been affected by his rubbish, saying that she does not want to raise Alyssa to be a Ruda.
Yeah, I'm too tired.
Of course, the existence of a Ruda is fraught with danger. But given the gravity of the situation and the great responsibility of a Ruda family, the obligation cannot be shirked.
Mr.
Is indeed shameful. As long as I am the head of this house, that man will never be accepted as one of us. Finally, Philip went too far. I could no longer allow him to defy me. That headstrong act has turned me into a vile murderer. I must carry my secret to the grave. I cannot allow the Ruda line and the Hamilton legacy to be disrupted. There is nothing to be done but handle the police carefully and tread with the utmost caution.
Oh, what's all this then? Uh-huh.
I was killed by an entity and have been trapped in the darkness ever since.
Uh-huh.
Help! Help me! It's too dark to see anything. Where am I? Tell me where I am. Those cursed entities. I just wish I could be resurrected to fight them.
What a shame. A subordinate stole my heart from me, and the entities used it to perform the ritual of engagement.
Wait! What is the ritual of engagement? Tell me!
What is the ritual of engagement, innit?
So does this have anything to do with the previous games?
It does not.
Or like not even the same universe kind of thing?
I don't think so. Unless it does some lame callbacks.
I'm
which
kind of
would not
surprised by
surprise
that.
me.
Is it not surprising?
It's also worth remembering that, like, I'm not quite sure what the right situation is with Clock Tower. Because
I'm gonna.
Capcom made this game, not Human Entertainment.
Not great. I would predict it's not great.
Alright, well, I'm going to save.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Go to bed at 6:30.
Isn't it like
I believe in
6:30 for
you.
you?
Even my nephew doesn't go to bed that early.
I'm gonna probably grade some papers and like plan.
I might edit a podcast.
I might
but
start
Voidburger is streaming that Silent Hill thing again because she liked it, I guess. So go see that. Has Voidburger played
Alright.
Clock Tower 3? Maybe she should. Bye.
Bye.
I'll talk to y'all later.
Alright, see you.